Hi guys, and welcome back to By Any Means Necessary. Thank you for all of your messages, and thank you to everybody who has signed up to my channel. I feel so blessed with so many people that have signed up, and I thank you so much for that. I will go through all of your messages. I'll answer as many as I can, but I will like your messages for definite. You know, I saw a report, right? Um, like Essex Police had they've put bobbies on the beat, right? And they're very much surprised, yeah, that in the areas where they've put these bobbies on the beat, yeah, crime has gone down. The crime levels have gone down whilst these bobbies have been on the beat. Who knew? Who knew that if you put bobbies on the beat, yeah, right? You know something, yeah. These people, they really, they take us, right, for some real fucking idiots, right? You know, this chief constable now is going to be praised to the hilt. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's just bought. Listen, I was brought up with bobbies on the fucking beat, right? And they're just, and you know, and now, seriously, this whole thing is just, it's just a massive joke, right? You know, just like the Met, right? With our Commissioner Dick, right? Right? A woman who should have really been, after she allowed her officers to kill John Charles de Menzies, yeah, her career should have never ever went any further after that. They were like, oh, you know, in your job, yeah, if you done something that drastic, because remember when these people mess up, yeah, somebody dies. So if you've done something that drastic in your job, do you think the next thing they'll do is promote you to like head person in the company? No. It's only in these type of jobs where you can really just fuck up, right? And and you get promoted. Same as being a politician, right? You know, it's same thing again there. Do you know what I mean? Right? You can be a complete useless twat, right? And next thing you know, you're the prime minister. You know, if you look at Commissioner Dick, yeah, you know, because at the moment, yeah, I think it must be the all police. They're saying that they're going to prioritise violence against women. Now, just draw your attention, yeah, to when the Sarah Everard, um, they was having a memorial for her, right? A sort of wake they was having for her, yeah, and the police was there, and they decided, yeah, the best way to protect the women down there was to beat them up. I mean, you really you couldn't make this shit up. You know, we all saw the pictures, right? But yet for all, Commissioner Dick, right, came out and said, "Oh, my officer's done nothing wrong." Just a complete useless, just completely useless. Anyway, so we've got a bit of Brexit news, yeah, and it's good news for you Brexiters because the pounds and ounces are back, right, and that is actually your Brexit bonus, right, along with your blue passport that's being made somewhere in the EU. This is how much they think of you Brexiters. They're just like, you know what? Okay, you want blue passports, yeah? Okay. They couldn't even find a. In fact, they overlooked the companies from this country. They overlooked them. Said, you know what? We're going to go and take it into the EU to get that shit made. And you Brexiters, well, oh, yeah, that's not all right. As long as they're blue, as long as they're blue. You're a bunch of fucking morons, you Brexiters. Seriously, they take the piss out of you on a daily basis. They wake up and they think to themselves, how can we fuck the Brexiters up today? Yeah, but when they're fucking you up, they're also fucking us up with it. That's what you got to remember, right? And that's why we're pissed, right? You know, with all the tragedy in the country at the moment, that's why we're pissed because you know when they're fucking you over, they're also fucking us over. Do you know what I'm saying? Right? And they've got you back your pounds and ounces now, right? And you just think, yeah, all of the bullshit that's going on in the country, right? And you know the Daily Mail, they've gone big on it for you guys. Just for you guys, they've gone massive on it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, pounds and ounces, Brexit bonus. Seriously, was that really worth the loss of Marks and Spencer's EU? Was that really worth the loss of that? Or the loss of Honda? Your blue passport. Right? Now your pounds and ounces. A couple of weeks ago was your cookies. Right? The jobs what they need to fill. Right? All the businesses that are going out of business. Right? And yeah, the Brexit bonus is pounds and ounces. You might as well go get yourself like a half pound of cola cubes, right? Or some sherbet lemons. Right? Yeah. You know, or an ounce of sherbet pips. Seriously, this is your Brexit bonus, right? The pounds and ounces, right? And you know what really gets me, yeah, is the way how they're going really big on it, massive on it, big, as if to say, yeah, is it? Do you know what I mean? Even Farage, right? I see Farage, still looking very well in his lovely suits, yeah. Still living the life of lavish luxury Farage, working on GB News, right? Taking his fat salary. How's that in Wiltshire? How's that going for you guys how's that going for you guys? Or the fishermen? How's life for you guys? Right? Nigel, you know what? In fact, yeah, what you should do is get on the phone to Nigel or ask him to come and see you. Ask him what he's going to do about your situation. Right? Because he put you in this situation. Right? He fooled you into this. He fooled you and made you vote for this. He made you vote against your own interest for your own demise. Right? Yeah. Any of the workers that work for M&S, right? Who's sending their food off to France and all that. Any of you who voted for Brexit, yeah. You have to ask yourself: is this really worth it? The pounds and ounces, and your blue passport, and your cookies on your computer. Seriously. You know what I mean? Yeah. As I said, Nigel's off doing this. And Nigel was talking about Arcos. Talking about how Britain, how we're going global. Right? And then he decides that he's going to start having a go at the New Zealand Prime Minister. Because you know what? She's like, you know what? We, right, are actually working with the Chinese. Yeah, you see, this is the thing. I don't understand that. I don't understand these people at all. Do you know what I mean? Right? This is Nigel Farage, right? Nigel Farage is still out there giving his opinion, right? After the shit show that he has caused in this country, and these people, right? All of these people, right, that fooled you Brexiters, right, into voting for the shit, right? They're all still in their flashy jobs, isn't it? They're all still in their nice jobs. Not one of them have lost their jobs. None of them. Obviously, apart from Robert Buckland, Honest Bob Jenrick, and Gavin Williamson. But other than that, oh, honestly, well, they're still MPs, so they're still collecting their fat salary, right? But they're all still, all the guys who work for the newspapers, right, who convinced you people, yeah, to vote against your own interest, right? They're all still in their jobs, right, collecting their wages nicely, because you know why? It was never ever going to affect them, never, right? The only people it was going to hit hard are the working classes, right? And you know something? If you damn racist, foolish idiots had tried to listen to us, right, you wouldn't be sat at home on the dole. Well, it's probably not called that. It's probably called job seekers allowance, because that is what you're on, right? Yeah. Obviously, unless you're like, because there's a million job vacancies. But what you'll probably find is most of the jobs are in the wrong place, right? And the people are in the wrong place. Yeah. So it might take you moving to the other side of the country to you to come and fill one of them jobs or something like that, right? Or and now the fruit picking season done, and the fruit and veg picking season is done, right? So and obviously that's backbreaking work. Hence why all the fruit and vegetables was going rotten in our fields. So this is the problem that people are facing now. Do you know what I mean? And whether or not people, they're going to have a whole heap of new HGV drivers come through that are British, don't know, because that's a difficult job to do, right? So we don't know whether or not people are going to actually want to do that job as well. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be good money for now, but I don't think that we really needed to leave the EU, right, for truck drivers to get good money, right? All they needed to do, right, was to make sure, the government just needed to make sure of these things. Do you know what I mean? But they never did. Yeah? And they managed to convince the Brexiteers, right, that this is going to be good for you. We've got sunny uplands and you're all going to get a unicorn each. You know what? Right now, I would just settle for just a bucket of unicorn shit would suit me right now. Just a bucket of shit from a unicorn would be good for me right now, right? But that's what they've done. They convinced you guys. I don't know how they managed to do that, especially as the peoples that are closest to you, right? So other working class people was telling you, right? Listen, this is gonna fuck us up if you do that, right? But still, the racist gene just kicked in, and it would never, ever, ever allow you to say, actually, the whole Brexit thing is a bad idea. Even now, there's so many Brexiters, who still, right, are in full support of this shit. They're still in full support. They've seen all the devastation that it's caused, and they're still in support of this. Do you know what I mean? Which I just do not understand. I don't understand that attitude at all. Do you know what I mean? Just you just have to wonder. You just have to wonder where that comes from. And then I think all of us from the left, are just looking at these people and thinking, seriously, seriously, just I think that we're all just shaking our heads and just wondering, where we go from here. Do you know what I mean? Because until these Brexiters, look at the situation and say, well, the situation is dire. We've got to try and get ourselves out of this. Until that happens, we're just going to see business after business after business just collapse. I mean, so many have already collapsed in this country, but we're just going to see so much more. So much more we're going to see. And the Tories, who are supposed to be the party of the business, right? They're not. They don't seem really concerned. Do you know what I mean? Even Rishi Sunak doesn't seem concerned. Do you know what I mean? Right? Inflation has just going up sky high. But in fairness, because we had Eat Out to Help Out, which I did avail myself of quite a lot last year, right? But because we had that, right, it's made it it's I think that's pushed up our inflation. But if we start getting interest rates and stuff like that going up, right, then there's going to be a lot of people in this country that are really fucked, because one of the real problems in this country, right, is that the house prices are too high, and they're actually overpriced, right? Because a lot of these houses, that people are paying 350 grand for, right? Those houses they're really worth probably 75 or 80 grand. Do you know what I mean? They're not worth that. They're not worth that money what people have paid. Do you know what I mean? So if the interest rates go up, right, it's going to be crippling for so many people. And with this lot who's in power, I mean, anything is possible. Do you know what I mean? Anything is possible. So it's going to be really crippling times if because these guys, these Tories, right? Obviously, the worst ever government this country has ever had. I don't think this country can ever have a worse government than this one, right? Theresa May is a stateswoman compared to Boris Johnson, right? So, as I said, with this lot, right, I just, they've already lost control of, of most things in this country. I mean, they've lost control of the City of London. They've destroyed that. Obviously, they've destroyed the fishing industry, right? They are destroying retail. They're completely destroying retail in this country. So, just that's all I can do is shake my head because I have no clue, right, what these people are actually doing. But I do know that if Boris Johnson, right, has set out to destroy and smash, 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 if that's what Boris Johnson has set out to do, well, then he's doing a bloody good job of it. He really is doing a really good job of it. And I just I can't understand, how there are so many people in this country that can't see the absolute destruction that Boris Johnson. I mean, look at the state of the NHS. The NHS is in crisis, right? Absolute crisis. But obviously, they're not saying none of these things. But it's in absolute crisis, absolutely. Do you know what I mean? So, but again, the media, right? See, not reporting this, not reporting any of the real crap that is going on in this country. They're not reporting it, but they're telling you about pounds and ounces. Don't worry, because in a couple of weeks' time they'll be telling you about Geronimo again, right? I guarantee you, right? Just to keep all of the bullshit what's going on out of the papers and out of the media. But there's a real absolute crap show going on. Do you know what I mean? There's the whole of the systems in Great Britain are breaking down. Everything is breaking down, right? And the only people to blame is you Brexiters, but and these Tories, but they're the only. That's who's to blame for this, because you guys have destroyed this country, absolutely destroyed it. Anyway, guys, this is By Any Means Necessary. I'm DMT John Ribs. It was really nice to speak to you guys. Comments below.